What's up, fellow cabbies? How are you guys? We're going to take a look at May 2020 at love and money and see what's going on. I already know what's going on in life because life is just real interesting right now. So it is what it is. There's a lot going on in individual families right now. Some good, some bad. So I'm not going to highlight anything right now because there's so many differences between everybody. But in love and money, I want to get just a general theme on what's going on, okay? I hope you guys are doing overall pretty well and using your time wisely. Maybe opening up some new projects or ideas, getting out in some nature, doing some grounding. Overall energy for you guys, the moon and the 7 of Cups. So you actually could be having so much going on in your mind that you're having a very hard time discerning through them. What's illusion and what, as far as what can I address now, or what needs to wait, or, kind of everything's jumbled and all over the place. I can relate to that as well. So the moon card being here is kind of an indication that you're having a lot of intuitive thoughts, a lot of dreams, a lot of illusions, as far as, not illusions, I mean, I'll put it that way, prophetic visions, let's put it that way, things you want to pursue, things you want to do. And the 7 of Cups is saying that there's so much of that going on that it's kind of difficult to put everything into a good, balanced plan. And there could be some frustration or just some distortion with which direction to take and what to do. So that's kind of the overall energy coming out of April and into May. And regarding love here, let's take a look at what's going on in love. Okay, so we've got the the Sun came out. We've got the 5 of Pentacles and the Page of Swords in the reverse. So love is interesting. I'm seeing that you guys have this new sense of like renewal and joy when it comes to this particular department. The 5 of Pentacles is also talking about spending money, okay, but being cautious about how you spend your money. The Page of Swords in reverse is talking about avoiding any kind of future drama or communication problems. So even though things might be very, very happy and exciting, you don't want to just go all out and go on this huge shopping spree, or just create habits that aren't typically like you because of this situation. So in other words, if you find somebody that you're all excited about, don't go spend all your money on them, okay? And don't change your spending habits or go overboard in any way just because of that situation. That's going to be really important. Now, for some of you, I feel like this is kind of opening up here for you, okay? And on a more positive note, like you are getting ready to finally open some doors here when it comes to being able to spend some money and go out and express yourself and have this unblock it. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. But I'm seeing the more prepared you are, the more you plan this, the much better this is going to be. I mean, like, it's going to be fantastic for you. So just make sure you're keeping a budget and you're saving money, okay? And when you do go out and decide to spend it wisely. So let's take a look at what can you do to help the situation. I want to get another card for overall energy for love here. Okay, so overall energy for love is a new sense of success here. We've got new success. We've got a renewed sense of passion as well. I mean, this is a very steamy type of an energy with the Sun here and the Ace of Swords and the King of Cups. This is talking about having those butterflies, and having that, getting excited about the idea of doing things, or just flirting around and doing some dating, but things are going well. Your overall confidence level is definitely growing, okay? Now, what you can do to help the situation is stay in that intuitive self and continue to be you guys have worked very hard. A lot of you have been working very hard on manifesting things into your life. it's starting to happen. You're starting to see things come into your life. Things are starting to develop, even in quarantine. A matter of fact, for a lot of people, and especially Capricorn, well, I don't want to say especially Capricorns. I can relate, I suppose, but a lot of people are starting to see things that they didn't expect to happen during this quarantine period, okay? You are being told to, or requested to, continue to stay in that prophetic, intuition, and keep those day state dreams and manifesting and ideas and thoughts continuing, because that's what's really helping this abundance actually come into your life. It's not just the thought, it's the continuation of feeling good, of having those thoughts and what you're going to do about it. But when you start having all that money come in, or you start having this abundance flow in, don't expend it as soon as you see it. Start holding on to it, savor it, you want to have, you want to grow a successful and positive habit with what's coming your way. That's the best way I can put that message, I guess. What can you do to also, I'm seeing that use your intuition when it comes to, if there's whatever it is you're wanting to say or do, or your next move, and you're not sure, go with what makes you happy, and or if you know what they're going to like, use that knowing, that intuitive knowing of what satisfies each other when it comes to your interactions. Okay, keep it positive, keep it happy, keep it just fun. All right. What to avoid? The Eight of Pentacles. Any unnecessary restrictions or anxiety that doesn't need to be there. You don't need to be throwing out heavy duty, issues that you have going on personally right now, because everybody's got stuff going on. But fear is the only thing that can hinder and create a delay here. So just the same way you got to where you're at in this confident way, continue in a confident way. I personally have a tendency of, once I get to that mark of my goal, I get comfortable, and then I'm like, okay, well, I can just kind of chill out. Well, no, you still have to maintain that passion and that motivation and all of that dedication. So avoid getting too comfortable and led in creating an unnecessary restriction, come in and create any kind of blockage. You don't want to make the wrong decisions based on fear either, okay? Like doing something you normally wouldn't do because you were worried this was going to happen. Okay, you want to avoid those types of situations because there's really no growth in that. Anything else you need to know about with that? Just be your normal, happy, bubbly self. That's what got you into this situation, and that's what's going to continue to bring good news and to help that happy and, what am I trying to say? You have a natural sense of healing words. You have, your energy is very healing. Continuing with that energy as opposed to the stressed out energy, I don't think we realize how much we exude when it comes to our stress and anxiety levels. We think we're just being all kind of like to ourselves, but no, we're really, really not. So if you're having a rough day, be open to communicate that and let them know, like, hey, I'm having a rough day. I don't want you to think that. Just communicate, especially this month, especially if you're in a new relationship, because that's going to be really important to have that communication level. All right. Now with finances here, we've got Justice as the overall energy. What can help the situation? The Seven of Pentacles. And what can hinder the situation? The King of Wands in reverse. So money's looking really, really well. I feel like you have some residual incomes coming in, or you've got some thoughts on how you want to do certain pursuits when things kind of get back to normal in society. But I do get the feeling like you are finally feeling like you can just take a deep breath with everything. And like it just starting to make sense. You're following this higher path now. You've got a sense of security when it comes to what you have in your life, what you've brought into it, what you're continuing to bring in. And this is a confidence of knowing that, one, your investments are paying off, two, you're going the right direction of growth and financial mastery. And I feel like you just have like this endless basket of ideas and ways of making this happen. You've just like tapped into a little bit of a gold mine there, and if you haven't yet, definitely do so. Don't let any of your ego get in the way, or anybody else's get in the way of what you know can bring you further mastery. All right, that's super important, super important. Yeah, I feel like there's somebody else that's kind of hanging over, trying to give you, or is giving you anxiety about like your potential. They're making you feel like, yeah, I don't know if, this is a good idea. You need to realize what kind of investment this is. But listen, set your boundaries with this person and allow yourself to take control and assert yourself in the ways you feel intuitively ready to do. Whatever direction you are feeling like guided toward. By the way, a lot of number synchronicities I've noticed lately, so pay attention to those, especially if you are like, man, I wonder if I should do that, and then you see some type of synchronicity, correlate those, and go with that type of guidance as opposed to like someone who has a negative, connotation on it. I wouldn't go that route. Anything further you need to know about money. The Knight of Swords. Money is your friend, honey. So right now it's at your disposal. It's all about how you want to go and pursue this. Okay, so stand your ground, speak your truth, be opinionated, because that's what this is all about. The more you are advancing your own energy, the more you're heading towards abundance and success. A card for love. And a card for money. Oh my word, okay. Card for love, willingness. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. Interesting. So I think part of the other message when it came to love was that you are learning how to share some of these experiences and decision making with somebody. You're learning how to keep another person in mind when it comes to some, whether it's finances or just spending time with one another. I feel like this one's more for couples that I'm talking to, but there's just been this renewed sense and desire to work together, basically, being on the same team. And those of you who are getting into a new relationship, it's a very exciting part of this because it's kind of like a new territory that you're tapping into. You like the idea of having somebody with you to make some of these decisions, even though you're very much in control of your own world. It's nice to have the idea of someone else's satisfaction into the picture, and being willing to see both sides is going to be super important for that. All right. And then when it comes to money, so we're releasing any stagnant situations from the past to transform that space. So releasing anything that can block out your potential. All right. You're recognizing your spiritual attributes and encouraging others to grow. So for some of you, that can be a tip on a pursuit that you're looking toward going. And you're moving toward beyond the constraints of the mind and embracing new situations. Spontaneity. So we've got past, virtue, and spontaneity. So getting over the past, putting out your true self, and gaining more freedoms from this and ability to expand that in even more areas. Okay, so hell to the yes when it comes to money. You guys are on fire. So whatever pursuit you're trying to or thinking of pondering on pursuing, do it. And whoever's with you is who you need around to continue to motivate you. If they're not with you and you're feeling this, then that should give you a pretty big indication of what their intentions are for you. And you don't need that around. You just don't. All right. Only the ones who are there to support you. Alright, my darlings, if you want to look at your situation personally, my information's down below. All my reads are 50% off right now. And if you like how I do things, hit subscribe, comment, giveaway down below, and I will get you included into my free reading giveaway. Much love. Have a great month. Bye, guys.